We're eating breakfast. On the floor lies Mac's spoon, a harmlessly spit projectile that once had Huntley's name on it. Mac is 2. Huntley is one of our cats, partner to Brinkley. Mac is mangling the cereal with his fork out of frustration. I look at Mom and say, I think my worst fears about Mac are coming true. That he'll be a serial killer. I know. Don't let Dad hear. 10 push-ups per word, including the setup. Freddie Fitzgerald wrote, I never knew my father, but if I ever met him, I would probably give him a right hook. The relationship between a father and son can be a tricky one, with 2 male egos wrestling over control and love. The following prose will demonstrate that the need for revenge is never as fulfilling as finding love. The Pen, by Morris Redstone. My father is the great Cecil B. Rivers, 3-year letterman in high school and number 2 wrestler at the University of Oklahoma. Dad and I don't always see eye to eye, to the extent that sometimes we see eye to black eye. He doesn't ever actually beat me or anything like that, but he can give it to me pretty good when I don't do what I want. He doesn't when I don't do what he wants. See, wrestling is my sport, another reason Dad and I butt heads. He calls me wuss every time I don't come home from the gym with my opponent's cauliflower ear in my gym bag. I only have a semester of high school left, and part of me wants to wait Dad out. But part of me wants to teach him a lesson so that he won't do the same thing to Mac. If I know myself, that second part went out. 1,030 push-ups. That's what I get for the quip about Mac being a serial killer. 1,030 push-ups. My father can count push-ups while he's reading, watching TV, making love. 1,030 push-ups. My arm bones would be like 1,000-watt heating tubes. I wonder if it's really possible to love and hate somebody at the same time. I hate Dad because no matter what I do, it's not good enough. I hate him when he threatens me or Mom. The funny thing is, I don't hate him when he's pushing me around because I feel like someday that's how we're finally going to settle things between us. But I love him. I must. He's my father. The next day at school, Marilyn Waters asks me if I would like to do play-by-play for the volleyball team's fundraiser game against their parents. Marilyn Waters? Of course I'll call the game for you. I'd crawl across 3 acres of burning desert on my hands and knees in nothing but my gym shorts just to watch a video of you hockaloogie in the salad bar. So, as I coolly tell her yes, I think to myself, if the volleyball team could have a fundraiser game against their parents, why can't the wrestling team wrestle their parents? Dad, I say over my main course that night, want to wrestle me? He smiles. What lesson would you learn in a coma, son? He has a point, but I push on. You're looking a little soft, Dad. I wrestled at Oklahoma, number 2 at Oklahoma. Name your place. High school gym, 2 weeks from now, as a preliminary to the parent student volleyball game. No mercy. No mercy. 2 weeks later, I stand toe-to-toe with the great Cecil B. Rivers. He nearly matched me push-up for push-up the other night after dinner when I told him I was writing a novel about our 2 cats, Huntley and Brinkley. You see, Huntley is a Manx cat with no tail, and Brinkley is a fast, sleek, gold alley cat. I told Dad I saw this novel as a classic tale of love and war between 2 protagonists, in which Huntley covets Brinkley's beautiful golden tail and is willing to fight to the death for it. Dad is already counting words. In the final scene, the 2 would meet in a dark alley, with Brinkley's beautiful golden tail being the prize. I told him I meant to call it A Tale of 2 Kitties. 1,380 push-ups. At the start of the first round, I choose the down position. Dad is draped over me like a bulldogger. Coach's hand hits the mat like a gunshot, and I lock down on Dad's elbow, rolling hard to pull him over my back and onto the mat. And before I know it, I'm staring into his astonished eyes. My arm is woven under his neck, and his back where my hands are locked. Dad is fighting ferociously to get out, but I am not letting go. 1,000 ringing slaps are up against the side of my head. Dad yelling threats at Mom, telling us when to eat, when to sleep, when to laugh, never to cry. Ready, Oklahoma, you're about to feel a land rush on your shoulder blades. And I bend and give him the last bit of tension. And I feel his back hit the mat, and Coach's hand slaps. I release, and Dad is up in an instant, gazing into me. I reach out and shake his hand with a little smirk on my face, and he shoves it away. He turns, and I put a hand on his shoulder. And in front of 300 students and parents, my dad turns and slaps me in the face so hard, I hit the mat like I've been dropped by a hammer. Dad stares into the bleachers as if slapped back into consciousness himself. He looks at me. I see his shoulders slump. He turns and walks out of the gym to the boos of the crowd. I beat the great Cecil B. Rivers. Where is my glory? It's after 1, and someone's moving downstairs. Has to be Dad. God. Why did I taunt him? Why couldn't I have just won? Why couldn't I have lost? Dad, I say softly, and he starts and swools in his chair. Tears are streaking down his face. I'm sorry, Dad. I just heard somebody downstairs. I can leave. He shakes his head. In his lap lays my baby photo album. And there's a picture there of him dressed up in his marine blues, and he's holding me, gazing with wonder into my infant eyes. I swore that it would be different with you and me. What do you mean? That things would be different. I wouldn't do to you what my father did to me. I've raised you 17 years, Johnny, and it has all come down to this. I wanted it to be different. For the first time ever, I see my dad break into sobs. You want me to leave, Dad? At the Winter Sports Award banquet, my father stands before a crowd of students and parents for the first time since the wrestling match. He is immensely uneasy, but determined. Dad is there to present the 160-pound state championship to me. The crowd waits in silence. Dad swallows hard. Going to write an epic novel, he begins. An epic novel about our two cats, Huntley and Brinkley.